Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel. Joining me today is Arctic Shadow. We now bring the Thailand National Final. This is the upper bracket second game. Wow, that was a pretty exciting first game, right?
Yep, definitely was. GDG9 really, really strong in that previous game. So looking forward to game number two.
Yep, GTG9 actually looking very good, and I would not be surprised if this is the team that's going to represent Thailand in the top seed. For Play 10, though, it just seems like they don't really have a plan. I'm being told that the next battleground is one of a little bit of an old school origin. It's actually Haunted Mines. The map there in the draft is wrong. It's Haunted Mines, and do keep that in mind, guys.
Yep, it is going to be Haunted Mine. It's actually a map that I haven't played in a
Oh,
long time. So
yeah. Well, it's kind of removed from the
quick match.
matchmaking and
Yeah.
everything, so that's sad. Well, but doesn't matter. Haunted Mines, just to refresh you guys, there's this thing called a Skull Golem. You just have to go down to the basement one and knock on some really nasty looking things. Collect those skulls, and you will be able to get and summon a golem. Regardless of the amount of skulls you collect, you're still going to spawn a golem for your team. That's going to normally push down randomly one of two lanes, either the top or bottom one. There's also just only 3 mercenary camps on this map, so it's very small. And just a point to know for all of you guys watching from the international audiences, do note that Haunted Mines is allowed in SCA. It's not allowed in some of the regions. I realize that, but in Southeast Asia, it is actually allowed.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, it's a map that I remember that I used to play that was very snowbally. So it's one of those maps where if you get control of those golems, there's nothing stopping it, and it can end the game really fast. So definitely looking forward to it because I haven't seen this played in any competitive matches, let alone played it myself in a long while. So taking a look at the draft so far, we see bans coming out from Rega in the form of Rega, Diablo, Jaina, as well as Tassada. So again, we see the Tassada being banned out here.
Yeah, very nice position for them to be in. The grid is good. 3 years picked up already. Tesla's gone, and on the side here for Play 10, they got the Leoric, Vala, ETC, Uther. Because it's Haunted Mines, I think it's okay to go for Leoric. Don't think it is gonna be a. Oh, well, what just happened there? Okay, don't think it's gonna be a. Oh, okay, my screen just came back. Don't think it's gonna be much of the Black King, probably Entomb. Grid is good. Will actually want to lock in his Karazim. That's a fantastic option. Uther, ETC, there is that combo. Maybe you want to pick a Reina here.
Yep, definitely think it's gonna be Entomb as well here to deal with the Greed is Good lineup. We do see the Leeming being picked up along with the Zagara again. So the same two heroes that we saw GDG9 play in the previous game, where they basically won with it, along with the Muradin as well. And this time around, picking up the Karzim instead of the Malfurion. So almost a similar draft actually coming out from GDG9.
Yeah, pretty good stuff there. All right, so we got Grid is good going for a last pick. If it's a Tyrael, you got to be very careful. Tyrael's AoE on Sanctification is slightly smaller compared to ETC's Mosh Pit. That's why it's kind of hard to pull off the instant counter. For Zagara, though, they got some good options here to counter against
Mm-hmm.
ETC. The thing here is that they still don't have the immediate counter of a Rainer, and I like the fact they've got Uther ETC combo. So Play 10 actually looking very solid. The last pick here probably is going to be a damage dealer regardless. Vala Leoric, definitely want to see a Entomb into Strafe and maybe a good amount of single target burst. They have the Sanctification though, so that's something that you got to play around.
Yep, and the final pick is in fact going to be the Greymane yet again. As we saw the previous game, Greymane didn't do that much work. Maybe this time around, Play 10 redo it, execute it a little bit better. They do have the Leoric and the Vala as well for the damage coming out. ETC Uther, standard combo, really looking forward to Divine Shield Mosh Pits. Will they be able to get it off? But they do have some counters here from GDG9 if they are able to catch Uther before he gets off the Divine Shield.
Yeah, pretty good stuff there. So I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty exciting matchup. Karazim with the 7-sided strike, it's going to be nice to see that. If it's a Divine Palm, I think it's still okay, but I kind of want to have a bit more damage on the Karazim because you really have Lyric and ETC to worry about. And it's important to note that you can always punish an overextended ETC very easily. There's sufficient lockdown from Stormbolt as well as maybe the Holy Ground pickup at level 13, I think. No, level 16 on Tyrael. So at least those will be good utility to work around. Now, guys, once again, reminder, this is not Battlefield of Eternity. It's Haunted Mines. So very exciting.
Yep, very exciting indeed. Looking forward to the Haunted Mines again, a map that I haven't personally played in such a long time. So yeah, a bit of a misclick on the map, I guess there, but they decided to go ahead with the draft anyway. So yeah, let's really looking forward to this game. Play 10, of course. Again, They have to win this game to take it to a game deciding number 3, and whoever wins this will automatically qualify for the C regionals next week. So both teams really strong. So I'll be happy to see either team actually qualify for the C regionals, and yeah, definitely interested in looking to see how the things play out.
Yep, pretty good stuff here. All right, so guys, in case you're just tuning in, this is the Thailand National Finals. It's only the upper bracket finals. So after this match, we are actually going down to the lower bracket best of 3, and then maybe the once and for all grand finals. Now the grand finals here is not going to be a double elimination format. It's going to be 1 point to the team coming from the winners bracket. So it's a
Oh.
best of 5. Yeah, that's the thing I haven't told you yet. Was thinking we'll talk about it when we actually get there. Now it's still the best of 3 upper bracket finals, so pretty far actually.
So there won't be the rubber set. It's just gonna be a best of
Yeah,
five
no
with the
rubber
winner
set,
bracket getting a one game
best of
advantage.
5, very clean and unfair. I wouldn't say unfair. Very clean way of doing things here in Thailand. A little bit different from the rest of SEA. Bottom bracket also because it's a best of 3. So after this series, we're going down for a best of 3. It will be a total of maximum, I think, an additional 7 games after this one. So, yep, still got a lot of games. So let your friends know. Tune in. This is the Thailand National Finals, looking for 2 teams. Whoever wins this matchup here in the upper bracket is going to qualify out of Thailand. Good is good with 1 game up against Play10Lose11.
Yep, definitely looking forward to it, and hopefully we have an interesting game on our hands. Uh, Thailand has always been one of my favorite countries to go to, even back from the Han days and everything. So they have interesting plays, and you can see even in the standards of their format, they refuse to follow the rest of Southeast Asia.
Not refuse. They just have like okay. The thing about SEA is that I don't understand how a region that's sharing the same server can have so many different interpretations of the meta.
Yes,
That's
I
the
agree with
unique
you.
thing about SEA. Like every single country has got their own qualifying. Yes, they play their own thing there, but it's unique. It's uniquely Southeast Asians because if you look at the other regions, they have like one meta in the entire region, and everyone's just like trying to get on top of each other.
Hmm.
For this region, we have country nationals, and that's something that's uniquely SEA. But I guess everything is gonna really boil down to the regionals next weekend, 5th and 6th of March. We're gonna start the SEA regionals, and it's gonna be an awesome series. I'm very excited for it. Arctic Shadow here, my friend, is rooting for the Malaysian teams for sure. I am rooting for the Singaporean teams. Filipino and Thailand teams will actually have a pretty silent support in the stream, but I guess it's still gonna be okay for them. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all about it as well. And definitely looking forward to it. As you mentioned, all the countries in the C region, all 4 countries, they have such a different style of meta as well as play style. It's going to be interesting to see how each team matches up against each other. Really looking forward to that, to be honest, next week.
Yep, very, very excited. All right, so this is only a Thailand National Finals. There is a regional tournament happening right now. You can tune into that at the ANZ channel. I think that's actually the finals for them. So they're going to get 1 team represented at the end of today's tournaments. Definitely, please do tune in to support those guys as well. Very nice cast there by, I think, Disconcur. And his partner should be starving. I'm not so sure. They lack that information for me, but no problem. Disconcur is a pretty good caster as well, so do give him some love. Of course, if you're tuning in here, you want to hang by with us, we love to have you guys. This is Babel. With me is Arctic Shadow. We're very happy to bring this coverage. And I have to ask you right now, man, which team you think is going to win this game?
I think GDG9, to be honest, even though I think Play 10 has the slightly better draft, but just based off the previous game and the way that they've played it, GDG9, I think seems to be the slightly better team here. And the execution seems to be always slightly better. So I'm expecting them to take this game. And I just like the Leeming and the Zagara. The Zagara did a really good job the previous game with the Devouring Moors. So I'm looking forward to more big plays from him. Play 10, though, I think they win here slightly on the draft.
You mean that they win slightly on the draft?
Yeah, they win on the draft, but I think GDG9 is going to take it, though.
Oh, okay. Faith in the execution. I like that. If you ask me draft per se, I would prefer play 10 as well. Execution wise, I think both teams is fairly okay, actually. Um, but we'll have to see. GDG9, they are playing right out of their minds. They're really on fire right now, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Meanwhile, we're actually having an update. There's an error in the last draft. and I'm getting this note from a producer. So they are sorting it out. Do note that this is actually not an on-site cast. Me as well as Atik Shadow, we're casting from our own respective countries. I'm casting in from Singapore, and Atik Shadow is going to cast from Malaysia, his home.
Hmm.
Okay, so what's happening here? It seems like we have a reset on the draft. Did we just waste our time just now?
Really?
I don't know. I don't know. It looks this way. Seems like there's an error. I'm not sure where did the error start, but it looks like it's probably gonna be the same bands. Well, nope. I didn't see a Gina just now, so this is a different draft altogether. Okay, so there's a mistake, and we're doing it all over again.
That's going to be interesting. So both sides actually revealed their strategies, and this time around they're gonna redraft. So that's gonna lead to some new pickups here. We do see the Rega and the Tasada banned out again, but this time around J9 is the first pick by GDG9. So
Yeah.
not too sure what happened there. So
Probably some communication error between the on-ground tournament because this is actually an offline tournament. The players in Thailand are playing in a cyber cafe in Thailand, and the admins are on ground. They are communicating with us via internet, and technology is just not there, which means that there's a little bit of delay here and there. But no problems. Still gonna go through the draft again. That's the beautiful part of it all. Now Tesla and Rhaegar getting banned out. Do note that the map is Haunted Mines. I like this Tesla and Rhaegar ban. I think Tesla is really important. The Metal Acuity is gonna have a 15 seconds of vision provided there. And for Rhaegar, you're looking at Rhaegod. He is the best healer in this game right now. Still going to see the standard Uther ETC, though, from Play 10.
yep, we're gonna see Uther ETC picked up yet again, same like the previous draft. They seem to love it so much. This time around, though, will they be banning out the Tyrael? That is the question. Or will GDG9 pick up the Tyrael early on? As we did see them pick up the Tyrael as the final pick in the previous matchup, we think to somewhat counter the Uther ETC combination. So it's gonna be interesting to see the pickups that they go this time. And this time around, Greymane actually getting stolen away by GDG9. In the previous
Oh.
draft, it was Play10 that actually picks it up. And it does look like the R Shadow picking the Muradin, or switching between the Muradin as well as the Zagara. Which do you think, if they want both heroes here, which do you think is the better option?
Um, Muradin and who? Zagara?
Yeah.
Zagara for sure, man. This is Haunted
Mm-hmm.
Mines. It's important to push. It's important to get vision. No Tassadar. Zagara is the best option, but they're gonna go with Muradin regardless. I like Muradin for one simple reason. I think he is gonna have the early game advantage. And with Jaina Greymane, you can actually look for some burst. I'm actually getting updates from chat that you're kind of soft. So I don't think it's you. It's your problem. I think it's the production issue here. So they're gonna try and normalize the volume. Zenden is on it, my trusty producer. He's definitely going to be able to fix this for us, right? On this side, though, Greedy is good versus Play10Lose11. Very excited to see a Tyrael ban. Yeah, we actually saw Tyrael getting picked up just now. So this redraft is really just blowing everybody's minds because they actually saw the plan. And I don't know how this is still going to work for Play10.
Yep, definitely have to agree with you there. And the final ban for GDG9 going to be Kerrigan, something that wasn't even in any of the previous drafts. So we see both teams taking a swing at each other after seeing some of the pickups from both sides. And again, want to remind all the viewers at home, this is not in fact Battlefield of Eternity. It is actually going to be Haunted Mines, which is allowed in the C qualifiers.
Yep.
Which is going to be, it makes things interesting because it's a map that we haven't played in a while. And myself, I haven't played in a long time. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're both taking swings at each other, maybe, the Greymane being picked up and then the Muradin, but Zagara not banned out here. So I would expect Play10 to maybe even pick up the Zagara here. Zagara could go well with the Uther ETC combination as well.
Very good. We actually seen Singaporean teams pull out Zagara, ETC. Pretty good combo. I like this Sonya. I love the Kerrigan Bando. That is something that I think is going to throw a wench into Play10's plans because Kerrigan excels so well on this battleground, which is Haunted Mines. Ignore the Battlefield of Eternity below. That's not correct. Haunted Mines, Kerrigan with ETC, Uther. You are going to do a lot of damage with Maelstrom. Probably going to get a lot of shield as well. Sonya pickup is awesome, but that has been denied, though, the Kerrigan. And with Sonya, it's a very small battleground, and I think you will have a lot of advantage going as a melee. Don't think that there's a lot of space for range to actually kite around anyway. But yeah, I mean, right now at this stage, I will hate to see a Leeming. Leeming should not do well in Haunted Mines. There is just no way you can burst on the backline, and there we have it. That's Zagara ETC combo we were talking about.
Yep, almost like they're listening to us on stream here. Pick up the Zagara. This is going to be really tricky. Just because of this redraft, I have to go with Play 10 winning this game right now, even before the rest of the pickups are done. Previously, I was going with GDG9 because they did have the Zagara as well as the execution was always really strong. But this time around, not too sure what was going on. We had to do a redraft. They picked up the Jaina instead of the. I can't remember what the other draft was. Do I
It
still
was the
have
first pick, Zagara.
Yeah, it was no, it was the first pick gleaming into Zagara. So this
Oh
time
yeah,
around,
yeah.
they picked up the Jaina and then they stole the Grey Mane away from Play 10 Lose
Ooh.
11. So,
Are you sure about that? Because Greed is Good has got the Muradin Taranda
mm-hmm.
combo pretty, not say old school, still pretty hot and relevant. I mean, we used to call this the Miranda, or rather, that's what Jake says. Muradin Taranda, very good early game synergy. I love this early game pressure from Grid is good with Jaina as well. They can definitely look for pickoffs. Thing here is that Play10's probably not going to go for straight up fights. They should be looking for Siege. And oh, I'm
Yep.
looking at Rexar. That's going to be exciting.
Yep, definitely. I definitely agree with you here. GDG9 are going to go for the early advantage. They want to try and push down, take team fights early on and probably get into the mines to pick up on those skull golems as well to get as much, of those. What was it called again? The skulls, right?
Yeah, Skulls,
Yeah.
just Skulls. Pretty interesting position there. All right, so it's going to be Rexar. This only means Rexar is going to solo the so-called quote-unquote off lane, the lane that the Golem is not going to push, and probably the other four is going to be focusing on roaming and rotations, which I really love when you see a Murden Taranda in a small battleground like Haunted Mines. Now for Play 10, they have to pick up something here that can counter this early game pressure. They don't have the melees, they don't have the character to work about. The next best option here is they're going to be a Thrall. That is actually going to be a pretty okay pick, I think.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you there, but it does look like they are shadow picking the Vala, which is also, I guess, not the worst, but interesting there to go for the Vala.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Only reason why Vala is okay here is because Vala has got straight, very nice AoE damage, and Taranda is not good at AoE heals. She can only heal one target at a point, and you really... The idea of going for Taranda as a solo support is not so much in sustain, but rather you want to have the Hunter's Mark apply on one target. You want to burst that guy down. You want to make sure that he dies, and you take the fight 5 versus 4. That's the plan when you run a solo Taranda. On this side for Play 10, the plan for Uther is just to sustain the front line, probably to add that extra Divine Shield support for Sonya or ETC. I'm thinking a little bit more on big wombo combo with Zagara ETC. Don't think it's going to be Ring of Vengeance. It will be hyped if it is, but if it's not, I would understand it. So far, exciting, man. Haunted Minds, it is game number 2, Upper Bracket Finals.
Yep, Greed is good. Up one game right now. Play 10 to lose 11 has to win this game to bring it to a game deciding number 3, of course, with the winner getting qualification to the C Regional Finals happening next week. I am liking Play 10's lineup right now. Zagara, ETC, and Uther, along with the Vala with the strafe damage coming out from strafe. Lots of AoE damage coming out from Play 10, and if they can get the execution down to perfection, this is going to be a really hard game for GDG9. Of course, they do have the Miranda combination that you talked about earlier, along with the Rexa as well. GDG9 will be looking to apply lots of early pressure to Play 10, and Play 10, I don't think they can take any fights here until they get 10.
Yeah, Play 10 getting level 10, definitely, man. I mean, in the early game, the more warriors you get, the more advantage you get pre-level 4. The Koreans taught us that last August, November. August and November, the period where they ran 3 warriors, where early game is very important to snowball with 3 warriors, not just 2, but 3. And here you got Sonya ETC. They're going to have a pretty okay pre-level 4, but on the other side, it is a very stun-centric combo, Muradin Taranda. Yes, there has been some nerfs against Taranda. Her stun's no longer as long as it used to be.
Yep.
But I still think it's going to be a good lockdown there. Rexar should be looking to solo a lane. You still see a lot of bursts from Jaina. Pre-level 10, I would agree with it. Agree is going to have a good time, but execution's the name of this game, man.
Yep.
So maybe Play10 can pull it out. So you think that Play10's going to win this game, right?
I'm leaning towards them right now, yes.
Okay. For me, I would say that it is going to be very execution reliant. I would love to see how Rexar fits into this game. But I do agree with you that Play10's going to have the slight advantage. For me, it's like 55 against 45 right here. So if that combo connects. And the only reason why I say that is because there's quite a few choke points in Haunted Mines.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, we're not drunk. It is Haunted Mines. It's not Battlefield of Eternity. It's a wrong pick on the map in the draft, but here we go. Loading up in the Haunted Mines for the first time in years. Okay, I'm joking. I'm exaggerating. First time in a few months. We're now looking at Haunted Mines.
Yep, definitely going to be interesting. I think it's all going to come down to GDG9 controlling the early game as much as they can. And hopefully, if they are able to do so and pull ahead by a couple levels, they will be able to secure this game a little bit more. So the game is about to start now, Babel.
All right, shout out to sponsors, Razer, Predator, as well as Shooter, and Streaming Panda XP for making all of this very awesome. Now, on the blue team, we got GDG9, and Monogatari going to be playing as the ETC. We also got Kichirak onto the Uther, Lionex playing as the Zagara, Poshede going to be playing as the Sonya. Last but not least, it will be Coupe onto the Vala.
Yep, and over on the red team, we do see PTLE. We're gonna see Rinza on the Muradin. Their names are so hard to pronounce, man. Abrazi onto I can't really see. I think you should take this away. My screen is lagging a little bit again.
No problem. Abruzzi on the Greymane, Scarecrow on the Taranda. Like you said, Rinza on the Muradin, Era on Jaina, last but not least, Rexa playing by my brother in Thailand, Vashdog. He's Russian, by the way.
He's Russian playing in Thailand?
No, I'm trolling.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there then.
Vashdog, very, very prominent figure in Thailand for very, very bad reasons. But we're looking at a very interesting position so far. Blue team with a rotation up and on the top lane. And red team in the bottom lane. It seems like they're going ahead with this push. Already could see Sonya instead of Rexa here. I don't think Sonya's going to be able to stop this aggression. She's just here to soak the lane.
Yep. I think Rexa is on the other side. Rexa's actually at top lane. He's not going to be able to stop the push of the blue team as well. As both sides are just going to be probably trading off towers. We still see Rexa putting up a slightly bigger of a fight with his bear. But the blue team should be able to take down these towers. No problem with the Zagara push as well. And the fort should be going down really, really soon before the mines are about to spawn as well.
All right, great stuff. Scarecrow now with that Sentinel. She's going to get spotted out there. Nice face melt. And red team pulling back once again. A lot of action going to happen here in Haunted Mines. That's the one reason why this is actually a really epic battleground. There's a lot of fights going on. The problem here is that the first mines do open in about just about 45 seconds later. And for the blue team, that is not so good news for them. If they can get Zagara to continue to push the top lane, that's going to be good. There we go.
Yep, as we see the red team now, Muradin aggression onto the ETC, chain stun onto him, but the blue team is going to provide support, and the red team will have to back off here. I would like to see a little bit more rotations coming up from the red team. I guess, you know, maybe trying to take down Sonya or Jaina. Sonya, sorry, not Sonya, not Jaina. Sonya on the bottom lane. Rexa just playing it really safe at the top. Both teams equals on levels right now, and I believe the mine's about to spawn in 3 seconds, so this is where the fights are about to assume.
Okay, a quick size up of the talent discrepancy so far. Muradin going for a very weird build. Hold that thought though, a fight's gonna happen. Monogatari going in, already nice face melted to try and zone out, but the kill's coming in from Uther, keeping the ETC alive. No Luna Flare, that's on cooldown. Rinza still a bit of an extension in his part. Nice Ancient Spirit to wall him back out. Rinza with the Dwarf Toss back out. Not much for trouble there. And Skull count seems pretty okay. Blue team now with a bit of a flank on his side. Vashdog does have his Misha right here. They're just buying a lot of time with this Rexar play. Very good job. And so far, still pretty much dead even. Greymane going down. There should be a bit of advantage here for the red team.
Yeah, a slight advantage for the red side in terms of the skulls. It's all going to come down to the bigger boss and who's going to be able to control it. It looks like both teams are actually all down in the mines here, and the blue teams could be in some trouble. Tirande trying to flank him on the left side. Muradin's going to go in stun. Face melt going to be used as well as ETC trying to get away. Nice power slide in onto 2, connecting onto Jaina as well as the Greymane, but lots of damage coming out to ETC as he's finally going to fall. Dwarf toss away as he's going to survive here. Down goes the Sonya as well, and the blue team are in disarray. They're going to have to back off with the red team coming out on top, taking down 2 heroes, and that's going to mean a free boss here. And just like that, they're going to have a lot more skulls on the red team, and that's going to have help with the early game push. And this is what we were talking about. The red team needs to take control of this game early on, because late game, once post 10, the blue team's going to have a much easier time.
Yeah, I think I'm confused just now because they swapped sides from the draft. But
yeah.
Play 10 on the right side, this is the team that probably has that early game advantage. We covered this before, they have the Rexa. Just like to point out, Vashdog, man, that Misha charge connecting beautifully for the absolute 100% lockdown on Sonya post Luna Flare is so good that it just won them that fight. Now, ETC was not able to do anything to fight as well. We also going to see some mercenary camp attempts. Just a bit of a refresher cost for you guys because it's been so long since you saw Hunter Mines. You generally want to tap on the Siege Shines the moment you have the Golem cross the gate. That's when you want to just capture the point, because they will be nicely where they are out of range of the the Skull Golem, and your Siege Giants can do a lot of damage there. So that's automatically defending the lane. So you see Red Team not picking up this Siege Giants just yet. Blue Team a little bit too early. That's a mistake. That means that the Golem can actually do damage here. So we actually will see firsthand how big of a difference this is.
Yep. Oh, I actually didn't know that. Thank you for the lesson.
Yeah. So he's going to reach the gate, and you see Greymate's going to pick this one up. Very nice. This timing means that the Siege Giant's going to be here, and the boss is going to be here. Now, meanwhile, in the bottom, this is what you don't want to do with the Siege Giants. So exposed to the enemy team while the boss is pushing the lane, because Siege Giants are a very good counter against the boss, or Skull Golem, whatever you call it. Monogatari getting stunned. Good plays by the ETC. Scarecrow taking a lot of damage, actually. And a Brucey jumping in on the Posture, but not going to get anything done. The Lunar Flare connected as well. Rinza taking too much damage. Going to have to pull back out. Does have the Dwarf Toss. Monogatari a little bit out of reach there. So very good plays by the blue team, securing themselves this fort still standing at the end. But here you can see it's only one Rexar, but with the help of Siege Giant, they can actually put up a successful defense.
Yep, the red team will be able to successfully defend the top fort. It does look like the blue team will be able to do so as well. But just like that, the red team is going to be a full level ahead due to Rexa being able to soak at the top lane as well. The blue team had to use up all their resources to defend that bottom one. As we see a clash about to happen. The Tyrande almost getting caught. Muradin could be in some trouble here, but he should be fine, as they will be able to back off as the blue team uses their full force to push the red team back here. Red team has to be extremely careful, but they should be fine. Does look like they want to try and start something here, this Muradin. He wants to go in to finish off that fort, but I don't think they will be able to do so. The blue side does not want to give this away just yet.
Yeah, it's tricky. Just now, it's only the Sonya up against Muradin. Don't think that Sonya can do anything. There's not much of a lockdown coming from her, except for that little bit of a poor excuse for a stun from the Ancient Spear. Now, top lane, though, we're seeing Vashtok applying a lot of pressure here. And if you look at the Talon options, it looks like it's a very, very standard sweeping Talon build coming out from Crippling Talons, actually, from the Spirit Swoop there. Pretty good pickup. That's actually going to increase the slow amount. I like Aspect of the Beast a lot because that reduces the cooldown of Misha Charge. I'd like to point out just now that it's Infused Hammer from Muradin. That's a lot of a mana sustain instead of the Reverberation, which I actually think is a huge important pickup against the Sonya, especially when she's going already for the right-click damage build. You see that War Paint along with Focus Attack, so Reverb counters that, but nope, this Muradin says, I want to care about my mana. And look at that 3-man stun. No Mosh Pit because they're not level 10 yet, but Tyrande going down already. A Brucey giving chase again, now taking a little bit of damage, now pulling back out. Nice disengage there by a Brucey being used on his Grey Mane. Also going to see the Blizzard coming out, Dwarf Toss by Rinza, and it's only one man down on Tyrande. Very nice recovery by Play10Lose11.
Yep, that could have been a lot worse for
Actually,
PTLE.
Actually, guys, just like to point out that the overlay is wrong this whole time. It's GDG9 on the red team and PTLE on the blue team.
Ah, okay. I was getting a bit confused.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused as well, and it's not our fault, man. They were switching sides and sweeping us off our feet. But Posture now in the mines, and oh, you see a Muradin giving chase by himself, though. The rest of the cavalry has arrived. Posture still holding the front. Monogatari 3-man stun and going in, but not going to get anything done. Rinza taking a lot of damage. Muradin going to be the sole casualty. Out in front here, we're going to see the Bane lanes coming out. Coupe with a multi-shot. Nope, Arsenal there on the grenades did not connect, but Coupe now in a lot of trouble. Going back to basement one, he's going to be fine.
Yep, he's going to be able to get away and maybe even pick up on a few skulls there, as the blue team in PTLE will be able to pick up on some kills there and try to push for more skulls here. So yeah, I was a bit confused there as well. I was like, wait a minute, it didn't seem really right with the overlay.
Yeah, no problem. So PTLE on the blue team is a little bit behind GDG9 now with a bit of a weird strategy to come in here and sandwich this point. The fight splitting the two. Zagar on top going down already. Jaina trading sides as well. Now Posha in a little bit of trouble, but nice cleanse by Kitcharok. Great plays there. Also, that stun. That's a hallmark for good support. Unfortunately for ETC, he's just a sirloin steak right there.
Yep, and GDG9 again doing a really, really good job. A full level hit now. PTLE still no level 10 just yet, as GDG9 will be able to take down the boss. Fortunately for PTLE, they were able to collect 52 skulls prior to this, so they won't be too far behind when the bosses spawn up here. Yes. They will be able to get the level 10 now as well with the Mosh Pit. Now it's going to come down to PTLE execution post 10 now, and if they are able to get a good Devouring Maw off along with the Mosh Pit, that's going to be game for them.
Right, good stuff. Seeing some form of defense here on the top side by GDG9. Gina's not really going to be able to do anything. Meanwhile, Hirax have been picked up already. It's going to be Strafe, no ROV, so no post-Devouring Maw follow-up. for burst, but we actually could see Muradin. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah.
They may want to pick up the back line, though. Got to be very careful. We still have Tarunda and that Rexar, and they are trying to pull back out, but Vashdog, a little bit of trouble. Misha going forward already. The Rex having to pull back. Nice Lunafer from Scarecrow. It looks like they're going to be okay.
Yeah, PTLE knew exactly what they were doing there. They saw two heroes still left in the mines. They decided to go back in and try to take them out. Unfortunately for the blue team, they weren't able to do so. They will be able to take down the top forts just as the golems are about to spawn here. Jaina, what are you doing? Ooh, that was so close. He just ran right by them like a boss. He like as if he knew that they wouldn't go for him. But yeah, that was really, really close. And the red team now gonna have to deal with this golem. I think they should be fine as the blue side will be rotating towards that bottom as well. Muradin just trying to stop them in their tracks a little bit, but that's gonna be it as Muradin now gonna get control of the watchtower and just get back to taking down the golem as well.
Yeah, very good job there by Jaina. I don't know where she got that guts from, but that's remarkable. Meanwhile, smaller golem, but just a little bit of a difference in power. We'll be able to just take down this gate, I hope. Tower is definitely still going to stand at the end of it. Yep, it's just a gate. Meanwhile, for this side, damage has been done. It's also the gate, but the ammunitions have been used up completely. Same goes for this side as well. Don't think it's going to be much of a fight, but it seems like Red Team just reached the Knights a little bit earlier. They're going to have this advantage at least.
Yep, they still have a full level advantage. It does look like they're going to use the Shadow Stalk.
Nice.
Muradin could catch the ETC, put off position. Ooh, the stun actually not going to connect. Mosh Pit in, gonna, with the Divine Shield, going to connect for two. And this could be some trouble for the Red Team. Red Team in distant way, the blue team actually going to fall. Divarmi got more, going to connect on one only. Gravy though dropping really low. He's going to be able to get away. As Porsche now taking lots of damage, he's going to try and drop this off. And Muradin dropping really low. Everyone on the red team is really low, but the blue team just not enough firepower to finish them off there. As the blue team now just dropping 3 heroes, the red team time to push in on this top lane as well. This could mean some trouble here.
Yeah, okay, so that was again a very good play by the ETC and a perfect timing on the Divine Shield as well. Just like to point out that Greymane did a great job surviving that. That ETC Mosh Pit only connected on Vashdog, but that's not much for trouble. We got a replay because our technology is good. Let's pull that out. So if you realize here, Monogatari, he realizes something's wrong. He spots out the entire Shadow Stalk. It's a nice try. The Divine Shield connected only on Rexa and Misha. But look at this backline. They try and pick off Kicharak, but don't get anything done. Vala too squishy. Very bad position for it to be in. And that's the main mistake there. And you see Greymane so close. Same for Muradin. Very nice quick in, quick out strategy. Vashdog goes back in for Uther instead. And meanwhile, there's a fight going on in real time. So we're going to change that one out. Sonya as well as ETC just died. And again, you see this Uther in a little bit of trouble. Muradin probably not going to be able to pick this one up. Nice heals there by Kicharak. But GDG9 just basically caught, it's a party push again. They caught PTLE off guard.
Yeah, but now with a 2-level advantage here, they are very far ahead, and this could mean some trouble for blue team. You know, they do need to take this game to bring it to a game decisive number 3. The mines are going to open really, really soon, and the red team does look like they're in position to go down and get those skulls. And this could be a really important skull golem here, because if they are able to get 100, a full perfect one, it does look like the blue team is going to make their way towards the mine. But if the red team is able to get a huge golem up here, that's going to be game here for the red team.
Alright, blue team going in, very careful position here. Error, picking up a lot of skulls there. Monogatari should be in range for a stun, and it is. Meanwhile, Scarecrow, Vashdog all behind, but Jaina is a little bit out of position, does not have the ice block yet. Gonna have to be very careful about that, and she does go down at the end. Linex taking a bit of a damage from behind. We're also gonna see Sonya already up with the Divine Shield doing a lot of work now. Greymane increasing the distance between that Sonya and herself. Meanwhile, you see the Tarunda taking too much damage. Posture still giving a little bit of a chase. Rexar taking a bit of a damage. Misha needs to go for a stun. Nice follow-up. Lunaflare not so good, but Tarunda gonna go down. Seismic Slam picks it up. Kicharak with the one-man solo heal. 2-man stun coming from that Rexar. Not gonna be enough though. Posture pulling back once again, and ETC knocking Abruzzi. Abruzzi still alive somehow. This Greymane is just playing out of his mind. It's gonna be okay. Mounts up. ETC not within range there, man. That is why a cow can never chase a wolf or a lion. It doesn't work.
A 3-for-3 trade there as Muradin still in the bottom, going to pick up on a few more skulls here, pushing their skull count to 64-6 right now as ETC tries to stop him down there. But yeah, I think the problem for the blue team in that fight was that Mosh Pit was used a little bit too early. Muradin's going to be able to dwarf toss and get out there safely as well, so he should be fine as Vala is trying to do some damage to him, but he should be okay. But blue team, the Mosh Pit was used a bit off, You know, it was like a miscommunication there. The devouring maw as well was just thrown out randomly before Zagara actually fell there. So I guess just some miscommunication coming up from PTLE. It's another clash is about
Oh,
to happen here. Tyrande could be in some trouble. He's gonna get taken down here. Jaina dropping really, really low as well, but he's gonna be able to survive. Muradin coming in so now he's gonna dwarf toss right into the fray of things. Sonya though, he's gonna come in do lots of damage. Greyman is in trouble. He's gonna get taken down. Rexa is on the back lines. Muradin dropping really low, and he's finally gonna get taken down too. Jaina running for his life. Ooh, a bit of his here. Maybe he's turning back. Not too sure what he's trying to do. Misha, they're trying to keep him alive, but he's not gonna be able to do so. Ice block gonna be used, but that's gonna be it. And it's gonna be a 4-man team wipe for PTLE, and just like that, they are right back in this, and it's not looking good for GDG9. It does not look like the
okay.
blue team is actually gonna go down into the mines either to finish off the goals.
Yeah, no point. Really, no point. So that said, I'm not sure if we're going to replay that fight, but I'm just going to summarize what happened there. There is a party busher, and it was a very nice pick of a 2 very squishies, and also ETC going for the 1-man stun and pick off of Greymane. That's a really good job. But do note that what Jaina was trying to do just now was trying to increase the distance between herself and Sonya. Sonya has increased attack speed because of a trade, so she's going to always be able to catch up to Jaina. Jaina was trying to slow her down with a trade also, but does not have it. We got a replay. We're going to bring it up very shortly. It's going to be a short one, I promise you guys. So look at this pick off. Very nice stun. And you look at what Jaina's doing. She's trying to move and increase distance, but that's where the mistake happened. And you have Murden jumping to the outside, but Sonya just increased the distance. Go for the Greymane. Greymane dying very nice and quickly. Error there, trying to chase the ETC. That's the mistake. And Twasha, this is actually going to be a no-brainer. You know your Sonya's going to be able to close the gap against Jaina. Look at her in trying to slow down Posha, but she still has got so much increased attack movement speed. That's basically what happened. There's no way she's going to run out. She might as well try and slow down the other party. That's it. We're now going back to real time.
Yep, and just like that, PTLE is right back into this game. Level 16 on both sides. ETC now trying to maybe catch someone off position here. Misha is there. He's going to face mount Muradin into the corner, but he still has his dwarf toss, so he should be fine. Both teams now fighting it out for this Merc Cam. This could be some trouble. Devouring more. Going to connect on 2 here. Mosh Pit now only going to connect on 1. Muradin dropping. He's going to be dwarf toss away. Greyman's going to be able to leap away. But in the backline, we saw Jaina falling, and now the red team are in full retreat mode. And what looked like a huge advantage for GDG9 early on with a 2-level advantage has now totally disappeared with PTLE right back in control of this game.
I think, Shadow, you might want to check your Skype setting. I think that your mic's automatically changing your volume. You're getting muffled up when you do the play-by-play. Like it's a bit silent on my side. Yeah, you might want to check your setting. Seems like chat's also picking that one up, so it's not just me. No problem. You take your time to sort it out. I'll cover the rest of this fight in case there's more of it. Because like when you increase the volume, I think it tapers down. It could be automatic volume. It's just stupid Skype setting, all right? So we're now going back into this game. That's a pretty nice fight, actually. Level 17 both sides and 14 against 11. Right now, Rinza is doing that sentry duty. Linux in a bit of a bad spot if there is a dwarf toss into an aggressive maneuver. Meanwhile, bottom mines area, we're actually going to see... Oh, backline ETC already going to the backline. Very, very dangerous spot for him to be in. There goes the Divine Shield. Maybe going for the Mosh Pit, but that's actually not available for the next 40 seconds. Sonya going down. Big mistake. The team did not know he did not have that Mosh Pit. Misha now getting healed back up by Manpat. Looking very good. Monogatari getting stunned quickly. Also going to see the cleanse coming out. Good cleanse by ATC. Still going to take the fall. And it's all because without the Mosh Pit, he made such an aggressive play.
I'm not sure if it's my side, but I think it should be okay as the fight is still going on here. The red team coming out of the mines here. Zagara gonna get taken down, and the blue team are in disarray. More gonna connect on 3 there as the red team is trying to apply pressure. Tyrande gonna get the stun off, and Jaina gonna be able to take Uther down with Vala, the sole survivor of the blue side. My mic settings seem to be okay on my end, so I'm not too sure what's going on.
No problem. We'll fix it after this match. Anyway, that was a pretty good mob, but unfortunately, already lost too many members. There's not enough damage on that part. Meanwhile, they're finally going for the objective. And you're wondering why this battleground got removed from the competitive scene. This is exactly why. Because people can actually opt to not do the objective. Yep. That's the main reason why. In all of the other battlegrounds, you see the teams by default always going for the objective. This is the only one in which they can actually afford to stall out and get a bigger golem. That's a little bit unfair. But still, it's allowed in SCA. Because we believe that all the battlegrounds have got its unique touch, and whatever reasons it is, it's allowed. This is not going to go on for the spring finals, so don't worry about it. It's only going to apply in the SEA finals. So I'm actually going to check that out for you guys.
Yep. And with the
Big golem.
and with the red golem at a full 94 skulls, this looks like the red team is gonna actually threaten for core here, as the fight is probably gonna break out really, really soon. Red team now applying lots of pressure to the blue team. Nothing that they can do about it right now with the golem still up. They're trying to poke it down as much as they can, but not much they can do, and they don't have much poke coming off on the blue side as well. Sonya at the sidelines trying to get into the backline and take someone out. But it does look like the red golem is just gonna take down this keep, no problems. As the red team is just gonna follow in now. Divine Shield along with the Marsh Pit gonna connect in two. Shadow Star by Tirande, nice bar catch. This could be a chance to get back into this game, as the golem now going to penetrate through and go for core. Porsche going to fall there as Muradin will be able to take him down. The red team, they're coming back up. More is done. Dropping really low. Nice stun. Connects on two. Uther is going to fall. ETC going to follow suit shortly. No, will be able to get away, but he actually decided to slide back and stun onto the tree. The golem is still doing work onto that core. It's taking a lot of damage. I don't think the team will be able to do anything with it. It is going to be game GDG9.
Yeah, very much game. It looks very convincing right now. 3 heroes still alive, as well as the boss knocking on the core. Lionax does not have Devouring Maul. That's it. It seems like GDG9, it will be the first team to qualify out of Thailand, and it's really awesome. This is a strong team. I know Vashtak, I know Abruzzi. They definitely deserve this victory here. Well played by both teams. Very close series. It's still questionable at the end because there were a lot of fights that I think Play10 could have taken a lot better. They just didn't have the elements in play, and I think it's really just a problem with the ETC. He had 7 devs this game. 7 devs on the ETC, as well as the lack of mosh pit and aggressive plays. You don't want to make those kind of plays when you don't have mosh pit, and I think it's a huge miscom on that part. That's where GTG9 had a turning point. Don't forget that when the draft began, we both said Play10 had a better draft. We both knew that they had a better draft, but we also knew that GTG9 will have the early game lead, and they just snowballed out of control completely. Get at level 10, and they just continue to stay ahead the whole time.
Yep.
Good fights overall. Great catch by Play10 in the shrubs just now. That's the only fight that actually really equalized the level lead a little bit. But at the end, it's still gonna be the Gray Main's burst as well as Jaina's burst that's gonna work. We're gonna go into a replay, and this is the last fight that happened. They were deciding in right. Look at Monogatari from behind. This is the one I mentioned. He did not have the mosh pit, and he played so aggressively. The Divine Shield being used on him, not actually giving the love to Sonya, and Sonya getting bursted down. Sonya is like probably 65% of a damage dealer there. Vala has got nothing to offer in this kind of instance. You probably just want to strafe backwards, but that's not going to be effective. You look at the Grey Main. He's so juicy in the back line, but nobody can reach him already. And here they still try and play aggressively, and you see Rinza going in. Stumble does not connect. Big mistake. 3-man mosh, but a Bruzy, man. That Grey Main just going for the throat and picking up the target. Also very, very good plays. You raise a swipe into disengage. That's something that I think a lot of players can learn out of a Bruzy. His Grey Main don't just directly disengage. Because when you click disengage, you have a very short distance of escape. But when you use a razor swipe first, you move in a said direction, and then you use disengage. That's actually going to increase the gap by a lot more. So great job regardless. Vala, 75k damage, very spread out damage, but still insufficient burst at the end of the day. And I think that's the price you pay when you go for a multi-shot, you know that kind of build. Solo Sonya, really, really important to keep the Divine Shield love on Sonya as well. Not always on the ETC.
Yep, definitely have to agree with you there. Congratulations to GDG9 as well, as they secure their qualification spot for the C regions next week.
Right, so GDG9, they're still not declared champions yet. We still have a grand finals after this. We're now going for the lower bracket match, where we will have one team. I think we're going to actually show you the brackets if we have updates. They were working on it, all right? So we will have Play10Lose11 drop to the lower bracket, and this is actually the team that's expected to win today, because they have the most consistent lineup over the last few months. Monogatari, Lionax, Kicharak, Porsche, as well as Coupe. 3 of the 5 members are from the old Play10 squad that's declared the best team in Thailand for 2015. And all of a sudden, this GDG9 just came out of nowhere. Great synergy, and I love that play a lot. So once we get that bracket sorted out, I'm waiting for confirmation. Once we have that, we'll bring it for you guys. But so far, lower bracket, that's the elimination match. And we're talking about one team continuing on in the circuit for spring, and another one just going back home. Wait, they're already home. Just basically not qualifying and having to play in summer. They still get good prize money, and there's only 4 teams for today because it's a very intensive double elimination best of 3 bracket with a single best of 5 at the end. So GDG 9, 1 game up. This is hype.
Yep, definitely have to agree with you there. Sorry, I was just trying to fix my mic because apparently I think in the last clash there was some issues too. So not too sure what's going on here.
Yeah, well, man, we're gonna have to fix it before SEA finals next week. So I'll let my producers work with you on that. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for the bracket update. But guys, once again, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Babel. With me is Arctic Shadow. I think both of us, and I speak for him as well, we're very happy to have you here. And we hope you enjoy this cast and coverage brought to you straight out of Compton. I mean Thailand. Of course, I mean Thailand. Straight out of Thailand. And yep, brackets. Actually, next match it is... No, this is not the right one. Okay, so yeah, brackets. Great job. So it's 2-0 going to GDG9. Play 10 did not have 2 wins there. But no issues. We're going to fix that. Meanwhile, lower bracket games, I think, is still playing, actually. We'll have to see. Okay, there we go. The lower bracket. And it seems like it's 4 Week of Love versus Hot Hit Gaming. Not sure if you're going to cover that or if you've got some results from it already. We're going to wait for the updates from the on-ground staff and admin. That's it. That's going to be it for now. We're going to be back in just a few minutes with the next series. It should be the lower bracket finals. And this is Babel. With me is Arctic Shadow. Shoutouts to sponsors. We do have Predator as well as Shooter and Razor. And Streaming Partner XSplit for making all of this possible. We'll be back shortly. Sit tight, stay tuned, and don't go anywhere. Dropping Tranquility, not available for 20 seconds. Gonna play this really slow, but Blizzard connecting 2 counts onto Lyric, and Lyric does go down. Feign Death being used as well. Backline, we're having a Muradin stun, and still gonna see the Divine Shield coming up against the Jaina. Jaina in a little bit of trouble right now, but Arrow will go down. Great pick up there by Sonya. Rosen Maiden, the next target, and the support's already gone on the side of the red team. They're still wanting to pick up this fight. There's still the line on the backline, but it's not gonna be enough, and that's gonna be the kill on the Felstead. Tesla are trying to keep this Sonya alive, but not gonna be possible. A Bruzy, there we have the